Hey there guys, and welcome to the movie vlog. I'm your host John Campea, your daily show catching you up on all the stuff that's going on in the world of films for the day. And we're going to start off with this. Spider-Man Homecoming has now hit theaters. It's out there right now. You should rush out and see it right away. The numbers have just come in for its box office returns. It turns out Spider-Man Homecoming has made the third largest Thursday night opening of the year, taking in a reported $15.4 million. Now, this makes Spider-Man 3, as I mentioned, the third largest Thursday night opening of the year. It follows behind Guardians of the Galaxy, which made $17 million on its first Thursday night, and Beauty and the Beast, which made $16.3 million on its opening night. Another comic book film which recently opened, Wonder Woman, opened with $11 million on opening night for 4 pretty strong performances. Now, as I mentioned on the John Campea podcast a little bit earlier, I don't think these numbers should surprise people. Now, some people were expecting Spider-Man Homecoming to make something like $190 million opening weekend, and it's not on pace to do that, but that shouldn't surprise or concern anybody. Remember, this is the third incarnation of the Spider-Man franchise we've had in just a couple of years. Also, not a lot of people are familiar with who Tom Holland is. The other Spider-Man actors, people recognize their names. They don't recognize Tom Holland's name yet. So keep all that in consideration and have more realistic expectations. I think the real proof is going to be how much legs does Spider-Man Homecoming have? How much money will it make in the long run as word of mouth about this terrific movie gets out there? Next up, there were some reports going around that actor Jeremy Renner, who of course plays Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, broke both of his arms while filming scenes for the upcoming Avengers Infinity War. However, those reports are not quite accurate. Jeremy Renner has confirmed himself that he actually broke his arms while filming the comedy Tag. Renner hasn't actually even started shooting his Avengers Infinity War parts yet. Now, while irritating, Renner is assuring everybody that the busted up arms aren't that big of a concern and they shouldn't affect the scheduled shooting of the movie Tag, and also shouldn't affect his shooting of Avengers Infinity War either. He said the following: "It's part of the job. I'm doing a job that isn't really requiring a ton of stunts. It's not an action movie, it's a comedy. It just happens to have a few stunts in it. So I don't have to beat a whole lot of people up or do anything crazy. So it won't really affect my job. It affects how I get dressed in the morning. I can't tie my shoes, but outside of that, everything else I can kind of get by." And I'm sure a lot of MCU fans are breathing a sigh of relief. Next up, the first official poster for the upcoming 8th installment of the Saw franchise called Jigsaw has just been released online. Now, of course, Jigsaw used to be called Saw Legacy, but they had to change of heart and change the name of the movie to Jigsaw. The film opens on October 27th and stars Laura Vandervoort and Hannah Anderson. The film is directed by Peter and Michael Spierig, who directed the really underrated 2009 vampire film Daybreakers with Ethan Hawke. If you haven't seen that movie, I suggest you check it out. The poster's pretty interesting. It's a pig head. I don't know if we should be excited about this movie or not, but hey, it's coming out. And finally, the studios have just released dozens of new pictures from the upcoming Christopher Nolan film Dunkirk. Dunkirk opens as hundreds of thousands of British and Allied troops are surrounded by enemy forces. Trapped on the beach with their backs to the sea, they face an impossible situation as the enemy closes in. Now, I know we've talked about this before, but some people were a little bit turned off when they heard that the movie, a war movie, wasn't going to be rated R. I say give Christopher Nolan the benefit of the doubt. These pictures look amazing. If you want to see all the new pictures that were put up online, check in the description of this video for a link to them. I think you should go check them out. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for this episode of the movie vlog. What do you think about any of these topics that were mentioned here today? Jump into the comment section and leave your thoughts below. Also, don't forget, while you're here, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you're following me on social media, on Facebook and on Twitter, simply @John Campea. That'll do it for me, guys, and until next time, bye-bye.